How's it going, everybody? The Big Games Big Deal sale just started on PlayStation. It's running from now until May 6th, and there's a ton of absolute bangers on sale for up to 90% off. Every day I put together lists of the top games you can get at a deep discount, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. For $10, 50% off, Gravity Rush 2 is a vibrant and inventive action-adventure that expands the original's gravity-defying formula with richer visuals, deeper mechanics, and an even more imaginative, expressive world full of charm, wonder, and hidden surprises. You play as Kat, the gravity-shifting queen searching for answers about her mysterious origins, as new cosmic threats endanger the very fabric of the universe alongside her trusted ally Raven. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $10, 50% off, Detroit Become Human is a cinematic narrative adventure from Quantic Dream that pushes the boundaries of interactive storytelling with stunning visuals, emotional depth, and meaningful, far-reaching choice that truly immerses players. Set in the futuristic city of Detroit in 2036, society thrives on the labor of androids, until they begin to show signs of consciousness and rebellion, throwing the world into chaos and moral uncertainty. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $9, 85% off, Far Cry 5 is an open-world first-person shooter set in Hope County, Montana, battling the fanatical Eden's Gate cult led by the charismatic Joseph Seed, while sparking a full-scale resistance across a lawless rural landscape. Explore the world solo or in two-player co-op, liberating regions in any order using a wide mix of guns, vehicles, and animal companions like Cheeseburger and Boomer across forests, farms, and small towns. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $9, 40% off, Bully is a hilarious and rebellious open-world adventure that mixes Rockstar's signature humor, original gameplay, and a satirical, over-the-top look at school life full of mischief and chaos. You play as Jimmy Hopkins, a mischievous teenager navigating the corrupt and chaotic Bulworth Academy, standing up to bullies, scheming against rivals, and dealing with the absurdities of students, teachers, and faculty. It's an 87 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $10, 75% off, Dragon Age Inquisition Game of the Year Edition is an epic RPG that blends rich storytelling, strategic combat, and a vast, immersive world full of danger, intrigue, and memorable characters across multiple sprawling regions. Featuring deep tactical combat and massive exploration, this edition also includes all expansions, Jaws of Akan, The Descent, and Trespasser, plus the added Deluxe Edition upgrades. It's an 88 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. For $6, 60% off, Final Fantasy VII is a legendary, genre-defining turn-based RPG that follows Cloud Strife and the rebel group Avalanche in their fight against the corrupt Shinra Corporation and the vengeful Sephiroth. Journey across an expansive world powered by Mako energy, from the industrial sprawl of Midgard to snowy mountain peaks, ancient temples, and hidden laboratories, while forging deep bonds with unforgettable characters. It's a 92 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $10, 75% off, Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition is a first-person survival horror game that follows Ethan Winters as he searches for his missing wife inside the terrifying Baker Mansion. With an intense shift to immersive first-person horror, brutal encounters against the Baker family, and all DLC included like banned footage, End of Zoe, and the Not a Hero chapter starring Chris Redfield, it delivers the complete and definitive RE7 experience. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $9, 85% off, Scarlet Nexus is a futuristic action RPG set in a distant world where humanity's discovery of a psionic hormone grants psychic abilities that reshape society forever. Elite psionics form the Other Suppression Force to defend what's left of civilization when brain-hungry creatures descend from the sky, and you'll experience this battle through the eyes of two gifted soldiers whose intertwined journeys unravel a mind-bending story. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $10, 67% off, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy is a courtroom adventure where you step into the shoes of Phoenix Wright to defend innocent clients, investigate crime scenes, and uncover the truth across 14 episodes spanning the first 3 games. You'll gather evidence, cross-examine witnesses, and piece together complex cases while navigating clever story twists, engaging dialogue, and tense trial sequences. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $9, 70% off, Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered is a story-driven action-adventure following an assassin turned Templar during the French and Indian War. You'll hunt former allies, uncover far-reaching conspiracies, and navigate a morally complex world of shifting loyalties as you explore detailed North American environments while commanding the Morrigan in naval combat featuring enhanced weapons and dynamic sea encounters. It's a 74 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $8, 60% off, Superliminal is a first-person puzzle game where perception is reality, and you must navigate a surreal dreamscape after falling asleep during Dr. Pierce's late-night therapy commercial that promises unusual results. Inspired by optical illusions, the game challenges you to think outside the box, resizing and manipulating objects to solve puzzles that constantly twist and bend your sense of perspective in unexpected and inventive ways. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $8, 60% off, Knack 2 is a family-friendly action platformer where a small relic-powered hero can grow massive or shrink tiny to save the world from revived ancient weapons and colossal titans threatening humanity. You'll smash through dynamic environments using abilities like boomerangs, body slams, and multi-bombs, solve environmental puzzles, and collect relics to power up while shifting sizes to cleverly overcome enemies and obstacles. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $6, 75% off, Blasphemous is a punishing action platformer that combines fast-paced hack-and-slash combat with a dark, haunting narrative set in the cursed land of Custodia. You play as the sole survivor of the Silent Sorrow Massacre, trapped in a cycle of death and rebirth, seeking to uncover the origin of the miracle while exploring sprawling, non-linear environments filled with grotesque monsters, deadly traps, and epic bosses. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $10, 60% off, Haven is an RPG adventure where two lovers, U and K, escape to a forgotten planet to be together, leaving everything behind. Glide through a mysterious, fragmented world, gathering resources and repairing your ship, while cooking meals and crafting a cozy home, all while fighting enemies and surviving by synchronizing actions in real time, relying on tactical timing, rhythm, and cooperation to protect their precious relationship. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $10, 80% off, Tekken 7 is a fast-paced, competitive fighting game that brought the iconic franchise to the next-gen consoles for the first time, with stunning Unreal Engine 4 visuals and richly detailed arenas. You'll master a diverse roster of fighters, each with unique moves, devastating combos, and distinct playstyles, while engaging in intense one-on-one battles enhanced by new mechanics, rage arts, and strategic counterattacks. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $7, 75% off, Far Cry Primal is an open-world action-adventure set in the Stone Age, where you play as the last survivor of a hunting party fighting to survive in the dangerous wilderness of the land of Oros. Instead of modern weapons, combat focuses on crafting primitive tools, taming fierce predators, and battling rival tribes, while navigating a harsh world ruled by mammoths, saber-toothed tigers, and other deadly prehistoric beasts. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $6, 60% off, Don't Starve Together is a challenging multiplayer survival game where you gather resources, craft gear, and fight strange creatures while enduring a harsh, unpredictable world full of danger, mystery, and ever-changing seasonal threats. Explore massive procedurally generated biomes, battle towering seasonal giants, and build bases that evolve in a fortified hub shaped by your team's creativity and chaotic emergent moments. It's a 78 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. For $6, 70% off, Far Cry 4 is an open-world first-person shooter that drops you into the stunning yet dangerous region of Karat, ruled by the charismatic and ruthless dictator Pagan Min. Explore a vast landscape filled with enemy outposts, unpredictable wildlife encounters, and dynamic side activities, using a huge arsenal of weapons, vehicles, and animals to approach every situation your own way, whether stealthy or explosively chaotic. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $8, 80% off, Alien Isolation: The Collection is a chilling survival horror experience that includes the full game and 7 additional content packs, blending tense stealth gameplay with an atmosphere of relentless dread and heart-pounding suspense. You play as Amanda Ripley 15 years after the events of Alien, unraveling the truth behind her mother's disappearance while navigating a desperate, panicked world. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $10, 67% off, Mega Man Zero and ZX Legacy Collection is a 6-game bundle that brings together the full Zero and ZX storyline in one tight package, delivering fast 2D action, precise combat, and challenging boss encounters. You'll slash, shoot, and chain mobility skills through all 6 campaigns, while unlocking art, music, visual filters, and handy assists like casual scenario mode and save assists that make the experience smoother. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $7, 75% off, Katamari Damacy Reroll brings back the prince in a whimsically chaotic, colorful adventure where you roll up everything in sight to restore the stars accidentally destroyed by the king of all cosmos. You'll push, pull, and collect objects of all shapes and sizes, from tiny trinkets to massive buildings, growing your Katamari as you navigate increasingly bizarre environments filled with charm, humor, and surprise. It's an 86 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $6, 80% off, the Talos Principle Deluxe Edition is a first-person philosophical puzzle game where you play as a sentient AI navigating a mysterious simulation filled with humanity's greatest ruins and enigmatic cathedrals. You'll solve increasingly complex puzzles that challenge logic and spatial reasoning, using a variety of tools while uncovering hidden terminals and optional challenges that gradually reveal the darker, haunting narrative. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $9, 40% off, Red Dead Revolver is an arcade-style third-person shooter set in a vast, lawless Wild West driven by revenge and justice. You play as a hardened bounty hunter using precision gunplay, dead-eye duels, and fast-paced combat across stylized, score-based levels that emphasize action over realism while delivering a classic, pulpy tale of vengeance on the untamed frontier filled with ruthless shootouts. It's a 75 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 25 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $10, 50% off, Pentiment is a beautifully illustrated narrative adventure set in 16th century Bavaria, blending historical intrigue and political upheaval with handcrafted art inspired by illuminated manuscripts and early printed books. You play as a master artist caught in scandals, investigations, and social conflicts, navigating a world where every dialogue choice and alliance shapes the unfolding story in surprising and meaningful ways. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $9, 40% off, Max Payne is a gritty, story-driven third-person shooter following a fugitive cop framed for murder, struggling to clear his name while uncovering the truth behind his slain family amid New York's violent streets during a brutal, unforgiving blizzard. You navigate dark urban environments, utilizing the iconic bullet time mechanic to dodge bullets and unleash cinematic gunplay that redefine the genre. It's an 89 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 25 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is, if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sale stuff that I put out, leave a like, and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.